On this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to fix power windows that are not working, so stay tuned. Hi friends, welcome to Fix This House. This is the Automotive Series Edition. So as you can see, I don't only fix stuff around the house, but I also fix things around your car. So this is actually my first passion, which is fixing up cars. The most common problem that we have today are power windows that are just not operating. So there are a few things that you want to diagnose first before ruling out that it's actually the regulator motor that is broken on your car. So the first thing is make sure that the fuses are not blown, that is connected to your power windows. And the other one is make sure that you have a fully charged battery and your battery is not dead. So this is actually my sister's 2001 Beetle Volkswagen. I'm gonna try to talk everything layman's terms so you can understand. You can see this window is clearly not working. It's only being held up by these little suction clips on each side. What's holding that? Some people choose tape to put over to hold it in place. So we're gonna turn this on. If you listen closely, the motor is working, but the window is not moving. So that means that all the parts in there are pretty much wound up because the regulator is driven by a bunch of cables, which we'll see in a moment. Just follow along the whole video so you know which tools that I'm going to be using. The very first thing you want to do is you want to pull this door cover out. Each car make and model is fairly different when it comes to power window replacement, but if you watch this video, you can kind of get the general overview of how each one of these are slightly the same on most vehicles. So make sure you take that into consideration. So let's go get to it. Each doors are built differently with different hidden screws all over the place. There are 1, 2, 3, 2 screws right here. Use a regular flathead to pull some of these panels out. You're going to end up scratching it. So here's a good trick. Wrap it around with some sort of this one is just like a microfiber towel. Pull out these pieces. There you go. And there's the 2 hidden screws. Once those are all out, then we can start pulling this out like that. So once you get the door card out, you're gonna have some few wires that might be feeding onto it. This little lever that's attached, the door latch is located. Okay, that's what drives and opens the door. So here's the trick that I like to do so I don't mix, match, or lose place of where these connected to. Here's one trick. You can take a picture of this so you can keep track of where these connectors are going to, or you can just mark, like for this connector, you can just put A. So same thing, you can put B, B, next one CC, so forth, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, depending on how marked. You can put even a symbol that you want, so that when you disconnect them, like so, you know exactly where they go. And you can put this aside. If this is your first time, disconnect the battery off from the terminals so you're working on the dead system. A lot of connectors here that are connected that we're going to disassemble. There's one from the speaker. This is going from these connections going to the motor. Again, I'm going to label them accordingly. For example, this one, I'm just going to put C. This is going to be obvious. I'm not going to label that because that's the biggest one, but I'm going to put D, like there. This one, E. So on these little tiny clips, these are holding clips. What's easy to do, you can just use these for numbers. Like this one, I'll put 1, 1, 2, 2. Flathead screwdriver. Again, this is going to be hidden, so if I scratch this, it's fine. Everything's going to get covered. But if you're worried about that, then you can just go. Sometimes these break because they're just so old and flimsy. They break, so you might as well just, you know, take them off that way. There you go. That one just came out. Then you just pull out this connector from the motor. I'm guessing that the problem is in here because the same issue that I had on that side, I'm thinking it's the same issue on this one. All of the wiring out. Don't get intimidated of these wires. As long as you've labeled them correctly, you put the right numbers and indicators, you should be fine. Now it's time to take out the secondary cover so we can go inside there. Sometimes some cars don't have the luxury of taking this out. Sometimes it's all skeleton, and I'll show you in a bit on my other car. Here is my other car. I'm currently working on the wiring. I'm actually doing HVAC control JDM swap on this one. So if you look at this one, notice how this one's a little different. The frame on this, everything is pretty much welded onto the main door. All I have access is for the motors and everything. I have to reach behind this. So notice how they left it fairly open so you can get access inside behind there easily. Now each car is different, but as you can see, this is where the motor is mounted on this one, kind of similar to the other car that we're working on. So I just kind of want to show you the comparison and how similar they are comparing two different vehicles. Okay, so yeah, loosening all this out so we can take that out. Here, this is actually the motor that's driving the regulator and everything. So once we need to take this out in order for this to pull out. You ready to take this out? You'll see the problem right there. So if we look closely, see all this tangled up wiring, metal wire. That is where the issue is. Pretty much all the wires just came out of the track and started getting jumbled on through here. These are all the gears. So this is what we're going to take out and replace with the two pillars right here, which I'll show you in a bit, like that. Okay, and you can just wiggle this down. That little silver bracket right there with the gold screw, that's what, if you loosen that up and you see that little glass, that's the glass window that's holding and crimping that glass down. Loosen it up just like this. That's why they built this little access rubber grommet, which makes it super easy because you can actually just punch that out. That's why it was made for that, so that you can access it a lot easier. We're going to be taking out these two arms right here. There's one pillar and then there's the other pillar. These were all the wiring cords that was all jumbled up. See this? That's what it was all messed up at. This is where we're gonna be replacing the whole assembly. Both of them are now on this particular model. Sometimes they're both. Some of these are only attached by a nut and a screw. Drill a tiny pilot hole right in the middle. Number of 5/16, and that should take it out. Okay, 5/16. Boom. That grommet is out. 5/16 is the way. This is what's creating all the problems, this whole assembly. Let me go lay it down on the ground so you can see it a lot better. This is it. This is our old system. This is what's clamped onto the glass right here. Obviously it's not all in the same position, but this is where the bottom of the glass will go up. The motor, which drives this little mechanism up there, see all the gears. This pretty much is supposed to be tangled, or this pretty much is coiled up in here, so that when that motor drives, this thing will go up or go down. Unfortunately, this came out of track, it got tangled up and it's pretty much useless. So this thing right here we can just throw away. It's the new replacement piece. Here is your new assembly. At the actual new piece, that's what it's supposed to look like. Notice how everything is just fed neatly and tucked away and pretty much rolled into this mechanism right here. Compare this to this one that's all shot. So we're just gonna go reverse engineer everything. Just like how we took this out, we're gonna replace it with this brand new assembly. Some of these are zip tied together, so just make sure you take out the zip ties. Yeah, I'm not gonna take out the zip tie on this main mechanism yet. I don't want anything moving while I'm inserting it, so just that's a key tip. So we're just gonna go slide this right behind and go reverse engineer. I personally like to put the nut right outside. Now you don't want to tighten everything just yet, and don't tighten it so that you can still be able to move it around and have some play. Here's your little clamp. Here's your little clamp that will go through, and what you're going to do is you're just going to time it so that that piece, that glass, will now clamp onto See that? It's going to go wedge between this little mouth clamp, feed it up, and then push down on the glass. Now if this pushes up just like that, don't fret. Take it out again, reset it, pull back up the glass, and again you can take this out, and then you can move back this up like so. Okay, and then just push it back down and it will fall right into it. Okay, so you want to push just slightly. Okay, you want to just push down carefully. You don't want to push all the way down, because you want this to stop right there so that you can actually go and tighten that down. Now I wouldn't suggest you use one of these impact drivers. Just use a screwdriver, or maybe we can just use a ratchet. Nice and fed all the way down like so. Tighten it just slightly, not too tight. You're gonna go to the other side. You're gonna push down on the glass so that glass sits all the way down to there, and this will move slightly. See that? It's moving slightly, and you're gonna tighten that down as well. Okay, push back up. You might get some situations where sometimes things just doesn't line up. You just got to take your time and just have it, you know, take your time to reposition things back in place till all the screws go back. Now once that's done, you can go now push this up, this glass, to expose the two nuts right there, and then you can use now to tighten that down. So there you go. Now use that to tighten like so. Now you don't want to over tighten, just like that till it stops. So now that's done, we'll put back all the screws, put back all the wires. I'm gonna go fast forward this part. Let's go and see if it works. Turn it on. So friends, that's pretty much how you can fix a car regulator for your window, your automatic door window opener, whatnot. Very easy. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the section down below. I don't do home repairs only in this channel. I do a bunch of things that are pretty much practical around the house, including what's important, which is your car. So check out my other videos. If you found this video helpful, please hit that big thumbs up, subscribe, and notification bell, and I'll see you friends on the next video.